Red Black Expat. Red Black Expat.
The game is so slow, but I remain sick.
Hello everybody, this is Red Black, and I'm coming back at you again with another video. This is going to be Jacuzzi Chronicles number 8, and the name of this will be Escaping the Mental Mindset of the Matrix. As usual, I'm just going to go off of the cuff with my thoughts about what it is that I want to try to, how would you say, give my little information that I have on life to you guys. I know I'm not an expert. I've only been here for a little bit over maybe 6 decades, but at least I can try to pass down some sage info to you guys who are planning on leaving the West and coming to the East. And what I would say is that when you leave the West, you have to leave that mess behind, meaning you have to basically purge your mindset to live in a whole new different type of environment. And what I mean by that, and why I called it Escaping the Mindset of the Matrix, is because in the Matrix movie you have a character named Cypher. And the thing about Cypher is that he understood that once he left the Matrix and he accepted the fact that he was in the real world, he had second thoughts about it. And then he wanted to go back into the Matrix where things seemed more pleasant. And unfortunately, once you leave the Matrix and you get outside, you find out that it's a whole different world and things aren't the way that you're accustomed to, and you have to adapt and change to it, and they may not work the way that you want. With that being said, one thing about being in the Philippines is that you have to get used to the language. The language is going to be foreign. Even though they know how to speak English, you still need to try to learn some Tagalog, the best that you can. I would suggest that if you could, get schooling. If not, just do hours upon hours of looking at videos on YouTube, and that may help you out. Just how they say, kunti lang, a little bit. I'm still learning myself. Another thing that you would have to get used to is the food. You won't be able to have all of the foods that you like to eat right there at your hands. Like right now, I wouldn't mind having a Italian beef that was dipped. You know how the Chicago style is, or even the barbecue beef. But you just won't be able to walk outside your door and get things like that here in the Philippines. You do have access to a lot of stuff, like they do have Burger King, McDonald's, and other places that you can go to. They have some decent pizza places that you can frequent. And of course you can eat the local food. Me, myself, I eat local and I cook at home and I buy specialty items. I'm totally not, how would you say, purged from the Matrix as far as my diet is concerned, but I'm working on it. Another thing that you have to get used to is the money exchange. We're used to spending money in American dollars, but we have to start thinking in pesos and converting them into dollars into our head. So what I do, I look at how much money that I have that I want to spend for the month. I take my rent, gas, light, vehicle payments, or whatever it is that you have, insurance, whatever it is, and get all of that money and stack it up. Then all of your slush money that you're just going to use to spend and party and just mess it off with, you put that to the side and stick into your budget. As they say, always pay yourself first. Stick into your budget. Then this way you will start to, how would you say, downsizing. living in the Philippines, it's best to be a minimalist, not having too much clothing and other material possessions that can weigh you down, because you never know, you might want to travel and move, or things of that sort, where you don't have to worry about protecting your assets. Another thing that you have to get used to is the traffic. Everything is slow motion in the Philippines. You will get into a lot of traffic jams. They do drive erratic. You always have to have your head on the swivel. And of course, some of the laws, they may break, but you have to adjust. And what I call it is going with the flow, or as when in Rome, do like the Romans. So it's not as, I would say it's a chaotic order. So if you can adjust yourself to the chaos, then it will become orderly to you. A lot of people aren't flexible like that, and they have a hard time adjusting to their new environment. That's why I say you have to get rid of the matrix mindset and get into the new environment of your new world. Next on the list is women. The women here are very friendly, very nice, very open, but they're very shy. It's almost like you step back in time maybe 30 or 40 years, which is a good thing, which a lot of guys would like. But the truth of the matter is there are a lot of modern women here also. So you have to beware, for you guys who left the matrix or wanted to leave the matrix and not deal with the modern toxic femininity mindset that a lot of women have in the West. The truth of the matter is that social media is starting to infiltrate all around the world, and all of the bad habits are being picked up by women. And unfortunately, women mostly follow instead of lead. Leadership has been primarily left in the hands of man. So, being a man, when you come here, it's going to be expected that you be a leader. If you don't consider yourself a leader, and I'm talking about a staunch leader, regardless of what other people say or what they may think in the West, you will be used, you will be discarded. So just take that in mind. One thing I like to add is dealing with the men. As far as having friendship with the guys here, the Filipino men are very cool and easy to get along with. I have no problem with the guys here. Matter of fact, all of the men that I've ran into have been quite friendly to me. But I take it because the reason they're the way that they are towards me is because I'm that way towards them. I treat them just like I would my brother. And I see that if you do that with them, they will reciprocate that with you. And as everyone knows, I moved to the Philippines and I'm going to be here for good. So basically, I am a Filipino now. Even though I come from America, I'm at heart a Filipino, and I've always been that way since the first time that I've come here. Say, I've been that secret Asian man, as they say, secret Asian man. But yes, this is my home, and I feel comfortable here. So that's one of the reasons that I left the Matrix. Things that physically left the Matrix. Things just weren't compatible with me there, and I just didn't feel that I belonged. So now I'm at a place where I feel that I belong. So this is my home, and this is my world. So with all of that being said, I want you guys, if you decide to come just for a little bit, to enjoy yourself. The weather is beautiful. As you can see, it's nice and sunny. Sometimes it's rainy, but you don't have to worry about snow. You really don't have to bring a lot with you. You can have things here. You just have to know where to go or people to contact, and you can have a good time in the Philippines. Matter of fact, if you want to get any advice, just watch some of the videos that I put out, and especially my Jacuzzi Chronicles. They will help you along your way. Well, I'll save a little bit more for the next time, but I just wanted to get that off of my head so that you people out there can kind of see a little bit about the way that I'm thinking as far as me leaving the mindset of the Matrix behind. So, this is Red Black, and I'll get back with y'all later. Peace.
Red Black Expat.
Play around,
Red Black Expat.
The game is so slow, but I remain sick.